Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole, and today we are going to talk about my favorite drugstore foundation routine. When I say that, I mean the actual foundation I'm using is from the drugstore. The primer I'm using and the concealer I'm using, one of them, is not from the drugstore, but the two foundations that I'm mixing together from this video are, and I have been loving it. I just started kind of playing with this for the last month. I rediscovered some things in my collection and ordered some things. And I just feel like in these winter months, it has lasted so well and it makes my skin look hydrated. Obviously, I have it on right now along with the rest of my makeup. I'll be posting a video about the rest of my makeup shortly, or I may have already posted it. Either way, I'll leave details down below. But I did want to share with you the foundation routine. So that's all this video is. The rest of the makeup I'm doing off camera to keep this one short and sweet. So if you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and keep watching. Alright you guys, so I've already primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is an oldie but a goodie and my go-to in the winter time when my face needs a little extra hydration and moisture. And then just where my pores are a little bit bigger, right in this area, I use my my Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. I love this stuff. Good stuff. So we're gonna go in with the products, which are both drugstore, and I am loving them on my face. So I'm taking a mixture of the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation in LN3, and the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage in 030. The Catrice is a little bit more of like a velvet matte finish, and the Physicians Formula is hydrating, but this overall gives me such a luminous, beautiful look that lasts all day. So this is actually a new Catrice. I wish they would come out with new packaging. While this is beautiful packaging, it's just not that great because it's a dropper, and over time it just kind of starts to spill out. So I find myself having to replace this kind of often, but it's okay. It's like, I think it's $10.99 or something like that. Super affordable. I think the Physicians Formula is somewhere in that range as well. So again, primed face, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna kind of start mostly with the Physicians Formula kind of towards my cheek area, which is the most red, and on nose, that needs the most coverage. Right here on the, just everywhere, basically. You guys know how to apply foundation, but I use more of the Physicians Formula than the Catrice. So I'm gonna start with that, and then I just kind of take a little drop of the Catrice, and the colors are pretty similar, which is good for me. It's a little too dark for me, so I'll have to blend it down my neck, but that's okay. I always forget about these areas. For some reason, I need a little extra coverage on those areas. Not sure why. And I am gonna take a sponge and blend this out first. This is my Japanese Kumadori sponge, my favorite sponge. Love this more than anything. And then blend it out. I like to start by blending on the cheek area and then working my way out from there. Oh, the finish of this is so pretty. I love it. I don't normally do my eyes first before my base or my brows, so I have to be a little more targeted here, which takes a little more concentration. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Physicians Formula just on the cheek area where I need a little more coverage. I've had this Catrice foundation, I think, for over a year at this point. I think I have a whole video on it, actually. I know I do, on my channel. And it's just so pretty. And I didn't know if I was gonna love the Physicians Formula when I'm not tan, because usually when I like a foundation when I'm tan, I don't like it when I'm not tan for whatever reason, but oh, I just love it. I just think this is such a beautiful, beautiful natural finish. I don't think I need to go in maybe a little bit on the forehead, a little bit more. Probably not totally necessary. This is like one of the only combinations that doesn't build up on my nose. It just looks so pretty and radiant and natural, but still like full coverage. I am obsessed with it. So that's it for the base. Now, by putting the Catrice in there, it pretty much does set everything down, so you don't need to powder, but I still like to powder in the winter. But first we obviously have to go in with concealer. So for concealer, you guys know nothing has compared to my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, but I've been mixing a little bit of the Flower Beauty in with it to kind of add a little bit more like hydration, because that Flower Beauty is so like dewy, it's beautiful. And I have not been going in with a ton of concealer. You guys can see I have very creasy under eyes, so the more product I apply, the more creasy it gets. So I'm gonna start with the Too Faced, and this is in the shade Vanilla, and I'm just gonna put kind of like that. That's pretty much it. If I need more, I will go in and add more. I'm not the type of person to swipe it all over my face like we see a lot of times here. And then I'm just gonna take a little of the Flower Beauty and add. That is probably even too much for what I like. So again, taking my sponge, I try to look up when I do this to prevent creasing as much as possible. So maybe I'll start like this so you guys can kind of see. And I kind of push upwards. I hope you guys can see this. I'm kind of covering my light. You know what? I'm just gonna hold it like this. I kind of try to push upwards, mostly focusing the color on the inner corner, because that's where I get the most discoloration. Pushing outwards from there. I'm not really trying to bring it downwards. Sorry, you guys, I know this is in the way. I'm not trying to pull it too far down. I'm just gonna clean up my shadow a bit here. But if you have finicky, dry under eyes, I think that this combo works really, really well. So you can see I have a little bit of lightness in the face there, but it's not too heavy, and that's really the look that I like. You can see I didn't bring my foundation into that area either. I just think that gets way too cakey, way too fast, so I don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and even this out. All right, so I've evened them out, and I find the more I start to like blend, I take away coverage, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna try to leave it like this. And then I'm gonna kind of prime my Laura Mercier setting powder. I've been liking this a lot lately. I used to not like it at all, but I've been trying to use it a little bit more, and I do like it. So I just wanna quickly go in and make sure to blend out any creases I can with my Beauty Blender, and then I'll quickly dip into the Laura Mercier while looking up here as much as possible. So you could see, like, I've got creases under my eyes already, and that's just because I have fine lines under my eyes, and there's honestly nothing I can do about that. I'm just trying to embrace it, but I do want to touch over them before I go in with my damp sponge. I'm just going to kind of push that in. I have to set my under eyes. I wish I didn't, but I do, because they'll crease all over. And then, like I said, I do like to set in the winter just because I don't want like anything transferring. So again, I haven't even used this, going into my Physicians Formula Airbrush, what are you called? Airbrush pressed powder. I'm just gonna lightly kind of touch on there. I could use my Charlotte Tilbury as well if I wanted to, but this kind of gives me a little coverage, and I'm just kind of on the outer edges and down my neck, gonna set. I don't set on my nose because that gets powdery looking really fast. All right, so now that we've set our face, I like to go in with a setting spray at this point before I go in with the rest of my product. So I am taking my most loved setting spray in all the world. I think this works better than absolutely everything. It's the Makeup Finishing Spray, the bridal one from Skindinavia. And I think this just kind of takes away that powdery look that I don't like at all, and just kind of sets everything down to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. And I don't want to go in like too heavy. I just want to kind of take away any kind of powdery look, but I don't want to be like dripping wet at this point. I'll go in and set again at the end, but that'll just kind of take away any kind of powder. You know, you could use Fix Plus, you could use the Catrice setting spray, whatever you have. And then at this point, my skin is definitely dried down, so I'm gonna go in with the rest of my products. Now, this isn't a video about the rest of the products. I'm gonna go in with all of my favorites. Again, if you haven't seen my 2018 favorites, like throughout the whole year, check that out because you'll see what I am loving. So I'm gonna just bronze, blush, but I do wanna kind of get closer here so you guys can see. I don't use any kind of filter on my face at all, so you can see everything. I just think that this looks so pretty, especially in the winter time. You still have a little bit of glow, but it looks like skin, but you still have full coverage, and this lasts all day on me. It holds up so well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my products on, and then I'll come here and show you what everything looks like in the end. All right, you guys, so I finished up the rest of my makeup. Like I said, I'll have a video of this eye look on my channel very soon if I haven't already posted it. Either way, I'll leave details down below, but this is the completed face, and I think it looks so pretty, so radiant. I did highlight a little bit more so you could see I have some glow with the Ofra Nikki Tutorials Everglow. I've been liking this a lot. I got this for like $9, but I need to try more Ofra highlights. But yeah, this is it for this one, you guys. I just am loving this routine, and this is so affordable. Both of these together are just about $20, which is a lot more affordable than a lot of the foundations out there, and you can get different combinations for when you're tan and when you're not tan like me. I do still love my Too Faced Born This Way and my Maybelline Superstay. I'm just wanting to change things up a bit and try new things for you guys in 2019, and this has just been my absolute go-to. So I hope this video was helpful to some of you. If you guys have any questions, as always, please leave them below. Let me know if you would have rather have seen me like apply my blush and bronzer. I use the same products I always do. I just get nervous because sometimes those videos get real long, and I know some of you say you don't like long videos and some of you say you do like long videos, so let me know if that would have been more helpful. I just wanted to keep this to the point about the foundation routine. So again, I hope this was helpful to some of you. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.